If they rise, they rise. Gas prices are going up. You guys are so into gas prices. You think the president has control of gas prices until he starts a war that makes gas prices go up. And you say, it is what it is. Because you know what? Trump said, if they go up, they go up. If they rise, they rise. Please, Daddy, give me some more of that milk.
Hey, MAGA. Remember how you were so excited to vote for Donald Trump because he said he was going to end all wars and not start any wars and he was going to bring down your prices and make everything more affordable? Then less than a week into office, he completely took back that second part, saying, I'm not going to bring down prices, that's too hard. But of course he took back that whole peace thing too because he was the first president to ever bomb 7 countries in one single year. But now, just like every other Republican in the last 40 years, he's gotten us into another forever war in the Middle East, which he said there will be no deal with Iran, just unconditional surrender. Now, some of you seem to have caught on as to what this is doing to your gas prices that he also said he would bring down. Gas prices around the country have gone up about 40 to 50 cents in just the last week. And that's because the day after he and Netanyahu started bombing Iran, experts said that the cost of a barrel of oil could go up to $100. As of today, a week after they started bombing, you know what it is? $93. And it's just going to keep going up. And you guys can't even really deny this anymore because I've lost track of the number of videos I've seen in just the last 2 days of Trump supporters throwing away their red hats, throwing away their Trump flags, and ripping their Trump bumper stickers off their truck. And they're doing it over gas prices. So apparently for 10 years, it wasn't the lies that bothered you, it wasn't the misogyny, the racism, or even the pedophilia. It was gas prices that finally broke you out of the cult. But I don't know if you realize just how bad this is. Because while your dear leader, your Jesus figure, is telling you that affordability is a joke and everybody across the country is rich now, not only were our prices going up before this because of his shitty tariffs, but because the cost of gas is going up, the cost of everything is going to go up due to increased transportation prices. Which means that every single thing you buy, including those eggs that you really wanted to be cheaper, are going to be astronomically insane. So how does it feel to vote 3 times for a man who lied to your face about absolutely everything? He didn't make life more affordable for you. He didn't make your insurance or your prescription drugs more affordable for you. He didn't make your house more affordable. He didn't bring down your grocery prices or your gas prices. He's actively hiding the Epstein files. And he's just driving all of you into the poorhouse as he continues to make you all look like traitors to your fucking country.
Hey, what happened to all the MAGAs that were on here posted about how cool it was that gas prices went down a few cents under Trump? Where are you guys at now? What happened? Oh, I guess gas prices kind of went up, didn't they? Well, hey, since you love this war in Iran so much, why don't you post about how cool it was that America bombed a school and we killed over 100 children? Why don't you post about that?
All right, we're doing gas price checks here in New York City, seeing how much gas is. We're on the east side, underneath the FDR. Grand Reveal, $5.99. Holy shit. Holy shit. Friday, March 6th. $5.99 on the east side. Holy shit. All right, let's go to the west side. We made it to the west side. We are now on 8th Avenue, Horatio Street. $4.89 on the regular cash, $4.99 on the regular credit. All right, that's the update. We're gonna go check one more. Final stop of the day. We're on 10th Avenue, 36th Street, another mobile. And what do we got going on over here? Prices over here, $4.79 on the regular. $4.79 on the regular, extra $5.59. That's all cash, all cash. Official price $4.79 on the regular and $4.99 if you're using credit. So the average gas price in Manhattan is sitting at $5 a gallon. FYI, FYI.
Hey you all, welcome back. My name is Kola, and I woke up this morning to some huge news, and it's gas prices skyrocketing in America, and it's because of the ongoing conflict between involving Iran and the USA. And of course, people are asking the obvious question, who's going to pay for this? Because every time there's war somewhere in the Middle East, somehow the first place Americans feel it the most. And right now, it is at the gas pump. And what really caught my attention was what MAGA supporters and Trump himself is saying about it. President Trump was asked about the rising gas prices, and his response was so huge. He basically said, if they rise, they rise. And that's it. And no panic, no apology. And he was just like, if it happens, it happens. Now, think about that for a second. But before we dive in ahead, let's first watch how people are reacting. More so, MAGA is reacting to this gas and oil prices skyrocketing. And we're going to come back with a full commentary at the end of the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll gladly appreciate if you guys do so.
Jesus Christ, are we great yet? What is happening? It's bad enough that gas prices are going up. So now you got $3 to $4, looking to be $5 as this continues. And now we got job losses. A job loss report came out. We're not creating new jobs, we're losing jobs. And then we got this war in Iran, where I just saw a report that China and Russia are about to join Iran. We're about to get our tails kicked in, deep fried and fed to us. Are we great yet? I feel like we lost the plot. Somewhere along the way, it just became, we're gonna own the libs to the detriment of our own country. They really are just willing to burn the entire country down just to say, we own the libs. Great, now you don't have a country. What did you win? Who won this? What is happening with white culture? My alabaster comrades, I'm sorry, I gotta ask that question. What is happening with your culture, bro? Are y'all trying to create the end of times? Don't answer that question. Don't answer it. Yes, I saw the report. I would say let's leave the country, but he's attacking every other country now. He's going after Cuba, so that's not even an option. We're stuck. We're stuck with this man until he's removed. But the Republican Party are nothing but submissives and cucks. I don't know what to do. We're forced to wait until November, or until these people have had enough, which I don't know if there is a bottom for them anymore. I don't know what this video is. I'm just venting. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay hopeful, trust your gut, comment, like, share, whatever. You're not crazy.
The war just started Saturday over in Iran. And today is Tuesday, March 2nd. So, that's been 3 days, guys. Gas here in Texas has always been around $2.19 a gallon, $2.26 a gallon, stuff like that. But as of today, guys, the pumps are almost $3 a gallon, guys. Just that fast. And this is just the start of the war. The president is already saying that the war is going to go at least 4 weeks. If it don't exceed 4 weeks, we know that you cannot put a date and timeline on a war. Well, let's say March 27th, about 6:45 p.m., the war is going to end. It don't work like that, guys. So if the gas prices is already going sky high, what else is going to go sky high? We are actually about to get ready and pay for that war. All those American fighter planes that were shot down recently, even though that there was no casualties, we're going to pay for those flights. All the ammunition that they're using over there and to fight that war, guess what? We're going to pay for all that ammunition, all the fuel that's been used, the transportation, the weaponry. We're going to pay for all that. Y'all don't believe that we pay for that at the pump, but we pay for all that equipment at the gas pump. Every time we go into a gas station and pay for gas, we're paying for what's going on in that war. And it's sad that we as the citizens have to pay the price for what's going on in another country. And this is not the first time, guys. Every time something happens, man, gas prices go up, and we as the American people always have to pay the price. You guys let me know in the comments if you notice your gas prices in your city or state within the last couple of days that's been skyrocketed. Because I know right here in Houston, Texas, it's almost $3, man, at some places. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, it's March 7th, and I got to sleep in today, so I'm happy about that. My cat was like, you can sleep, and I'm like, thank you. Anyways, remember a few days ago, and I talked a little bit about how they were going to be putting American boots on ground in Iran. And I had a lot of people come back and tell me, no, they're not going to do that, they're not going to do that. Well, Trump last night in his Truth Social said that they're probably going to be putting boots on ground in Iran because he asked for Iran's unconditional surrender, and Iran was like, no. So Russia, of course, is helping Iran locate our military installations in the Middle East, as well as where our ships are located. And then China may be joining the chat here real soon, because they get their oil from Iran. And since the Strait of Hormuz is closed, China is not happy. So yeah, and also with the Strait of Hormuz being closed, our gas prices are going to rise exponentially. They already have started going up, and they're going to continue to rise as long as the Strait of Hormuz is closed. So anyways, as always, it's fuck Donald Trump, fuck this administration, fuck ICE, fuck MAGA. For the rest of you, though, I hope you have a good Saturday.
MAGA doesn't have policy positions, they have thought-terminating cliches. And we're seeing this really clearly with Iran. Because when you try to have a conversation about what the US is doing there, and why should we support our government doing this, the MAGA response is always things like, well, they can't have a nuclear program. Well, these people were chanting death to America. Well, we have to liberate Iran. The protesters were being murdered, etc., etc. And these are thought-terminating cliches because MAGA is unable to make the connection between, well, what's next? What happens next? You know what I mean? Like, bombing kids in school doesn't bring democracy. It doesn't liberate people. It doesn't end extremism and terrorism. It actually breeds the next generation of it. And the crazy thing is, if they were not falling into these logical fallacies and these cyclical thought patterns, and if they were not just regurgitating everything that they hear, these talking points that they get, then we could actually have a conversation about potential programs that would actually bring democracy. You know, we could feed people and distribute, medicine and educate people and lift them out of poverty abroad, and that would actually contribute to furthering democratic ideals. We could do stuff like that. We had programs like that, and Republicans called it waste, fraud, and abuse, and they unconstitutionally dismantled USAID. This is where it gets to be impossible to have a productive conversation, because their response to everything is, right now, it's just, we're going to bomb them, we're going to attack them. But that doesn't solve the problem that you claim you're trying to solve. That doesn't achieve the end that you claim you're looking to achieve. You're just regurgitating the same thought-terminating cliche that you heard from somewhere else. There are a lot of reasons why it's hard to have a productive conversation with MAGA. Thought-terminating cliches is a big one, and we're seeing it a lot with Iran.
Now, think about that for a second. Him saying if they rise, because for years, gas prices have been have been one of the biggest political talking points in America. And every election cycle, politicians promise cheaper gas, cheaper living, cheaper everything, cheaper healthcare, cheaper rent. But now we are in a situation where a war is affecting oil supply, and suddenly the message is like, yeah, prices might go up, but the war is more important. And for a lot of Americans, that's where the frustration comes from, because the average person isn't thinking about geopolitics or military strategy. They're thinking about driving to work. They're thinking about filling up their car. Hell, they're thinking about paying rent and affording groceries. And when gas prices go up, everything else goes up too. And it affects food, transportation, even the delivery costs goes up, literally everything. So when people hear if they rise, it sounds almost like the everyday struggles of Americans. And now, inside the MAGA base, the reactions are so mixed up and they're so angry. And some supporters are saying this is about national security and that sacrifices have to be made. And others are starting to ask different questions. And they're like, wait a minute, we want we promised cheap gas? Want we promised cheaper and affordable life? Because during campaigns, gas prices were treated like the ultimate measure of whether a president was doing a good job or not. But now, the situation is different. Suddenly, it's like, well, that's war. This is world war. We are reliving it again, and it creates impact on Americans, and this is where the real impact shows up. when gas jumps even to 20 or 30 cents, it doesn't sound like much on paper, right? But for millions of Americans who drive every day to work, their truck drivers, their delivery workers, that adds up fast, and they feel they're being hit the most. And when oil prices spike globally, the ripple effect spreads across the entire economy. Everywhere. It crashes everywhere. So whether people support the war or not, the reality is ordinary. Americans are the ones paying for it first, and then later it affects everyone globally. And that's the part people are debating right now, and they are worried about. Is this just the unavoidable cost or global conflict? Or is it another example of everyday Americans being told to just deal with it and just forget about it? If they rise, they rise, right? And either way, one thing is clear. When wars happen thousands of miles away, the consequences still end up showing up at the gas station, and people are now being overcharged. And right now, a lot of Americans are watching those numbers on the pump climb every day and wondering where and when will it all end. And we are the one who are paying for this. But I would want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about the gas and oil prices skyrocketing? How is it affecting your day-to-day life? And do you think this war should really end and we shouldn't even start another world war conflict all over again? I want to hear from you guys. And finally, credit goes to all the respective owners of the clips and content used in my video. Your thoughts and perceptive guys made today's work possible. And if you loved today's video, ensure to leave a like, comment, tell me your thoughts, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, it helps the channel grow. And see you in the next one. Bye.